Hello student, good morning. I welcome to you YouTube channel of Jesus Mary Academy. My name is Ashraf Imam. I am teacher of Jesus and Mary Academy. Today I will teach Standard 9 Geography, third chapter, the rotation and revolution of the earth. In my two previous classes, I have taught you rotation and revolution of the earth. In third class of this chapter, I will teach a student about climatic or heat zone. The spherical shape of the earth, student, as well as we can talk the revolution of the earth around the sun create different heat zone or climate zone of the earth. The distribution of the heat of the sun depends on the angle of the sun on the earth. The heat zone thus formed depend of depend on this distribution of heat at various altitude. Heat zones have been divided into three categories. One is known as a torrid zone or tropical zone. Second one known as a temperate zone, and third one known is a frigid zone. First session I am going to tell about tropical zone or torrid zone. The torrid zone lies between latitude of 23 degree 30-minute north tropic of Cancer in the north of equator and 23 degree 30-minute south the tropic of Capricorn south of the equator. The sun rays fall directly at 90 degrees in this zone twice during the equinoxes in a year. Thus the torrid zone is the warmest with almost no winters and equal length of days and nights throughout the year. 12 hours days and 12 hours night. Next session I am going to teach about temperate zone. There are two temperate zones, one to north of the equator between the latitude of 23 1 by 2 degree north tropic of Cancer and 66 1 by 2 degree north Arctic Circle. The other temperate zone is to the south of equator between latitude of 23 1 by 2 degree south tropic of Capricorn and 66 1 by 2 degree south Antarctic Circle. The sun rays fall obliquely in this zone and hence the north and south temperate zone experience moderate climate which is neither too hot nor too cold. This zone has four distinct seasons: spring, summer, autumn and winter. India also lies in this zone. That is why India experiences fourth season in a year. Days are mostly long and nights are short during summer, whereas the days are short and the nights are long during winter. The days get longer in summer and nights get longer in winters as the latitudes move away from the equator towards the pole. Now I am going to teach about frigid zone, the very cold zone. There are two frigid zones lying to the north and south of the tropics. The north frigid zone lies between the latitude of 66 1 by 2 degree north Arctic Circle and 90 degree north pole. The southern frigid zone lies between the latitude of 66 1 by 2 degree south Antarctic Circle and 90 degree south pole. As the axis of the earth on which it rotates is tilted, the sun rays reach the frigid zone extremely obliquely, making the region the coldest with frozen water body. Slanting rays of the sun do not reach the region beyond the Arctic Circle from 23rd September to 21st March. It is known as equinox. In winters, as a result, it remains in total darkness during this period. Arctic Circle. Similarly, the sun rays do not reach the Antarctic Circle from 21st March to 23rd September equinox in summers, and it remains total darkness during this period. With the help of this figure, you can understand about climatic zone due to the revolution of the earth. Equinoxes and solstices. Inclination of the earth with respect to the eclipses ecliptical plane is 66 degree north. This inclination result in change in the altitude of the sun at midday. First, student, I am going to teach about equinox. The sun is directly overhead with the altitude of this sun at 90 degree on the equator on 2 days, 21st March and and 23rd September. These days are known as equinoxes. The word equinox is derived from two Latin words, equus meaning equal and nox meaning night. This is the time when the days and nights are equal length on these 2 days across the globe. The equinoxes that take place on the 21st of March is also known as spring equinox or vernal equinox. The second equinox that take place on 22nd of September is also known as autumnal equinox. Now, student, I am going to teach about solstice. Solstices take place when the sun is directly overhead on the tropics at 23.12 degree north and south latitude. Solstice refers to the time when the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in the sky at noon, resulting in the occurrence of shortest or longest day of the year. The word solstice is derived from the two Latin words sol meaning sun and solster meaning to stand still. The earth experiences two solstices, one around 21st June and the other around 22nd of December. On the 21st of June, the sun is directly overhead on the Tropic of Cancer 23.12 degree north and the north hemisphere. During this time experiences summer and southern hemisphere experiences winter. Hence 21st June is known as summer solstice for the northern hemisphere and summer solstice for southern hemisphere. Similarly, on 22nd December, the summer sun is directly overhead on the Tropic of Capricorn 23.12 degrees south. As a result, the southern hemisphere experiences summer and the northern hemisphere experiences winter. During this time, thus 22nd December is known as winter solstice for northern hemisphere and summer solstice for southern hemisphere. General rule of the altitude of the sun and altitude is obtained by the subtracting the value of latitude from. For example, I am talking about latitude of the sun on 21st March on 60 degree north, 90 degree minus 60 degree, we get the 30 degree. Now I am going to teach about apparent migration of the sun. We know that a student does not move but the earth The sun does not move, but the earth revolves around the sun. On the other earth, it appears as the sun is changing its position day by day. The apparent migration of the movement of sun takes place between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The places located between the tropics have the sun overhead, making 90-degree angle twice a year, once between June and December, and again December and June. These places located beyond the two tropics never experiences overhead sun, making 90 degree. I am going to teach about student solstice, summer solstice. It, it occurs 21st June. The word solstice means the sun. I have already told to you. It means stand still or reaching the highest point. The north. The duration of daylight goes on increasing from 12 hours at the equator to 24 hours at the pole. Beyond Arctic Circle, 66.2 degree north duration of the day is 24 hours. The northern hemisphere faces higher altitude of the midday sun, so it's summer in the northern hemisphere where days are longer and nights are shorter. At the same time, the South Pole is inclined away from the sun, so the sun's rays do not reach the South Pole polar region beyond the Antarctic Circle. It is winter in the southern hemisphere and it has the shortest day and longest night on 21st of June. The duration of the daylight goes on decreasing from 12 hours at the equator to 0 hours. The complete darkness at the South Pole. The southern hemisphere faces lower altitude of the midday sun, so there is winter where days are shorter and nights are longer. On 21st June, student, sun is overhead on 23.2 degree north in the northern sky, so the angle of inclination of the sun is higher in the northern hemisphere than in the southern hemisphere. To understand this fact, let us find the angle of inclination of the sun at various altitude in both the hemisphere. Angle of inclination, we can talk about nh minus latitude, northern hemisphere minus latitude, sh minus latitude. For example, north highest point and south highest point. So for example, on 21st June, north highest is 90 degree plus 23 1 by 2 degree north, and south 90 degree minus 23 1 by 2 degree. We can find out the angle of inclination of the sun on 21st June. If we talk about 23 degree 1 by 2 degree north, that 90 degree plus 23 1 by 2 degree north, we can keep in bracket, and after that we have to subtract minus 23 1 by 2 degree. Thus we add that we know about 90 degree plus 23 degree, that is 113 degree by 30 degree 1 by half minus 23 1 by half degree. So we get about, if we subtract, then we get the angle of 90 degree. Same in South Pole. In South, 23 degree 1 by 23 1 by 2 degree south, 90 degree minus 23 degree minus 23 1 by half degree. So that we can subtract 90 degree minus 23 1 by half degree, then we get the 66 1 by half degree. Then we have to subtract minus 23 degree from this degree, 23 1 by half degree, then we get the 43 degree angle. The altitude of the sun is highest at the Tropic of Cancer on 21st of June. The sun appears to be standing still at this position, and the southward movement of the sun toward the equator starts after 21st of June. The word tropic means turning point. The solstices are the turning point in the apparent movement of the sun. Apparent movement of the sun. Now, I am going to teach about winter solstice. It happens on 22nd of December. The South Pole is tilted away tilted toward the sun, so the rays of the sun fall vertically or directly on the Tropic of Capricorn, 23 1 by 2 degrees south. The altitude of the sun is 90 degree and 23 1 by 2 degrees south. It is summer season in the southern hemisphere and it has the longest day and shortest night on December 22nd. The duration of the daylight goes on increasing from 12 hours at the equator to 24 hours at the South Pole. Beyond Antarctic Circle, 66 1 by 2 degrees south, the duration of the day is 24 hours. The southern hemisphere faces higher altitude of the midday sun, so it is summer in the southern hemisphere, whereas where days are longer and nights are shorter. At the same time, the North Pole is inclined away from the sun, so the sun rays do not reach the North Pole region beyond the Arctic Circle. It is winter in the southern hemisphere and it has the shortest day and longest night on 22nd of December. The duration of the day goes on decreasing from 12 hours at the equator to 0 hours, complete darkness at the North Pole. The northern hemisphere faces lower altitude of the midday sun, so there is winter where days are shorter and nights are longer. Now student, I am going to teach about equinoxes, about the autumn equinox. First I will teach to you. It occurs on 23rd of September. The word equinox means equal nights, so equal days are also experienced. On 23rd of September, the circular illumination passes through both the poles, making 12 hours days and 12 hours nights at all the places on the earth. The circular illumination touches both the poles because at this position the inclination of the earth axis does not have any effect on the duration of a day. Sun rays are overhead and the equator making 90-degree angle. The altitude of sun rays decrease as one goes away from equator to the poles. Example, the altitude of the sun's rays at 60-degree north latitude would be 90 degree minus 60 degree. We get the 30 degree. At the two poles, the sun appears at the horizon where the altitude of the sun rays equal to minus 90 degree, 90 degree minus 90 degree. We get the 0 degree. Next section I am going to teach about spring equinoxes. Spring or vernal equinox, it occurs in 21st of March. On 21st of March, the circle of illumination again passes through both the poles, making 12 hours day and 12 hours night at all the places on the earth. The circular illumination touches both the poles because at this position the inclination of the earth axis does not have any effect on the duration of a day. The sun rays are overhead at the equator, making 90-degree angle. The altitude of the sun rays decreases as one goes away from the equator to the poles. For example, student, the altitude of the sun's rays at 90 degrees south latitude would be, we can subtract from 90 degree minus 60 degree, we get the 30 degree. At the two poles, the sun appears at the horizon where the altitude of the sun's rays, we can find 90 degree minus 90 degree, we get the 0 degree. Remaining part of this chapter, student, I will teach in my next class. Thank you, student. Have a nice day.